Does a vitamin D3 deficiency lead to hair loss? Let's find out. Vitamin D3 is actually a hormone. It is one of those things in the body that really medicine, for whatever reason, hasn't really caught on in what it does until the last couple years, especially now with pandemics and all sorts of things that are happening to our immune system. People have become very aware of the fact that vitamin D3 actually plays a role in how our body responds to things, especially in how our immune system works. And our immune system actually has a direct relation to how we're going to grow hair, because when our immune system is healthy, we can actually fight off certain things that would normally impact our scalp. It would actually stabilize any abnormal immune response, which oftentimes leads to stress-related hair loss like telogen effluvium or alopecia areata. And it will actually even exacerbate a male and female pattern hair loss situation. So the answer is D3 deficiency absolutely can lead to thinner hair. It can actually be the cause of nutritional hair loss, and ultimately it can aggravate inflammatory loss or DHT related loss. So kind of a case in point, I've seen thousands and thousands of clients over the years, and I remember when I first started looking at vitamin D3 deficiency, there was a gentleman who came in, and this is going back probably 2012, 2013, and he had no actual male pattern loss present. When you look under the microscope, you can actually look for these sort of DHT signs of miniaturization on the top of the scalp. He had none of that. And when you looked at him, the back of his head had the same amount of hair loss as it did on the top. So basically he had universal thinning throughout his entire scalp. So in this case, the individual, his vitamin D3 was an 8. So put that in perspective, the normal range in the United States is between 30 and 100, and his was 8. It was actually the lowest I had ever seen to date at that point in time. So I looked at it and I said, this is clearly the problem. You need to take vitamin D. And he did that, and it took 8 weeks, and in 8 weeks, the volume of his overall hair had increased by at least 50% in 8 weeks. He had a very short haircut. He had a buzzed haircut. And so you could actually see the hair growing very quickly, because your hair grows about 1 centimeter a month. And in that time, we saw such a remarkable improvement. Now, since then, I have had thousands of people that have had vitamin D issues, and literally that one thing was the thing that was holding them back from getting results with other products, whether it be DHT blocker or topical applications, because it was aggravating other types of hair loss. So again, vitamin D3, which is again a hormone and it controls so many things and processes in your body, absolutely 100% critical for your hair growth. Really, when you're trying to get vitamin D, my personal opinion is that you really need, on average, to maintain a healthy vitamin D level is typically between 2,000 and 3,000 units per day on average. And oftentimes, if you're trying to get your vitamin D3 level up, you have to take in excess of 5, 6, 7, maybe sometimes 10,000 units for a very short period of time to get that up. And obviously, you want to have that supervised by a trichologist or a physician, because you don't want to get your vitamin D3 level too high as well. So you want it really in that mid-range, somewhere between 60 and 80 nanograms per milliliter. And when you're doing that, it's oftentimes for some people very hard to absorb vitamin D. So you want to use a sublingual vitamin D that's going to really absorb underneath the tongue, so that you're going to get the best absorption, and you're going to skip the digestive tract, because if it's not absorbing well in your gut, then you're not going to get your blood levels up. So the vitamin D3 that I recommend is Advanced Trichology, 5,000 unit vitamin D3. It's actually a 6-month supply, sublingual, and you'll actually put it underneath your tongue. Typically, on average, you're going to use whatever the recommendation is for you. Use it at night before you go to bed, where you haven't really consumed any fluids or consumed anything in your mouth for usually around 15 to 20 minutes, either before or obviously after you put the drops underneath your tongue. And I have watched that product produce results in changing how much vitamin D3 is in someone's blood over time, and I've used that same formula for years, and that's what's available right there. So please go ahead and use that and get those results. Make sure that you track your progress with blood tests and make sure that you're getting that range met between 60 and 80. And it's not only going to help your hair, it's going to help your scalp, it's going to help your immune system, and you're going to be better for it. I hope that helped with the vitamin D3. And obviously, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button below and know that I'm happy to help with your hair loss in any way.